Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for this special video. I'm so excited to share with you my 2025 planner setup and update. So if you'd like to see it, stick around. What's up, friends? It's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this very exciting video. I have been waiting for a long time. I have had all of my planners except for one to create this new updated 2025 planner lineup and setup video. I did post a planner lineup about a month ago or so, but it has already changed because due to unforeseen but very amazing circumstances, the company Levenger reached out and offered to send me some products to share with all of you and to try for myself. And I definitely want to incorporate at least one or two of the items in my 2025 lineup. So in the last video where I talked about my lineup, I always give the disclaimer that you reserve and I reserve and we all reserve the right to change and adjust our lineup as many times as we want, as frequently or infrequently as suits us, because this is a hobby and it is a system that changes with life as life changes, and that's okay. So, and if you want to stick with one planner for the entire year, that's awesome too. Do you? But I am thinking this is what it's going to be. So, quick recap and obviously update. I have my, my meat and potatoes, my Hobonichi cousin, which will be, it lives at home. It doesn't matter how chunky it gets, but I have this gorgeous cover and I already put the little sticker in here. And I put some things that I think I will be including, and I use some washi tape to put the configuration for my vinyls on the front, and I'll decorate that in a second. Then I'm going to use this vellum to create a, and if not this vellum, then I have one on the way, so I'm going to wait to set up the pocket, but I can show you guys in a future video. And this is kind of the placement of the stickers I think I'm going to use. But I also have a ton of vinyls here that I might want to change them out for. So I put these in this little tray. And this is what I use for, I use the monthly for like appointments and events and practices, all that kind of stuff, vacations. And then I use the monthly to set up my weekly view. And then my daily is for journaling. Okay. And I'm waiting on my Coffee Monsters Co order to put all the tabs in, and I wouldn't do that on camera anyway because that just makes me way too nervous. And you probably won't be able to see me because I have to get up really close to the paper. So I can show you all that once it's fully done. But this is my meat and potatoes, the Hobonichi cousin. Then I have my Laurel Denise portrait planner, and this beauty is my social media content planner. So this stays at home as well. And rather than bringing it with me if I'm traveling or something, because I can't really create content when I'm away for the most part, I'll just take a screenshot of, or a picture of, you know, what I plan to post when, in case I need to reference that while I'm out of town. So not much to set up on this because this kind of just stays at home, but maybe I'll do a little something to it. I don't know. Okay. Then I changed my mind. So this is my Laurel Denise mini vertical planner that I was going to use for on the go, but I did come to the realization that it's just a little too big for my taste, and that's totally a personal preference, but I am going to use it instead for health and wellness. So where I used to use, and I'm currently using, my Hobonichi Weeks for health and wellness related tracking, habit tracking, migraine tracking, exercise, calories burned, what I'm eating, all that good stuff. That was in my Hobonichi Weeks. But I also, it worked out because I've kind of felt like restricted by the amount of space I have. So it worked out totally perfect to switch up the Weeks and the Laurel Denise mini. This was going to be my health and wellness, or this was going to be my on the go. This was going to be my health and wellness. They're just doing a switch. So not a big deal. This one's going to work out to be perfect for health and wellness, and this one's going to be my everyday carry. So let me talk about this one first. This one is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to put doctor's appointments and maybe use this part for symptom trackers. So I'm going to create a color code system and use my Zig Clean color dot markers, which are these, to notate when I have migraines, when Nora has a celiac flare-up, or I have a psoriasis flare-up, that type of thing. Then, plus I'm in my hot girl era, so, you know, I need to track those symptoms too. And this is how I plan to use it. So just to share with you, what I plan to do is use the top part for my daily highs and lows. So currently I have a weekly high and low that I track, okay, every week. What was my weekly high, the really great thing that happened, and then the weekly low. Now I'm going to have a daily high and low, which is, I think, even better. And then this will be space for me to record my exercises, like specifically if I'm doing weightlifting, what weightlifting exercises did I do? If I'm doing bar, what did I do? So that's what this space is going to be for. This might be for just even more of that. So currently I'm doing the Lift More program, and I will have finished it by January. So I actually don't need this section, which I had separated for kind of the second half of the Lift More workout. But now I have all the space to write what I'm doing for exercise. And then on the bottom, I can actually now probably give myself a little bit more space for tracking my meals every day and my snacks. So I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to move this up. So really now it's going to be in like 3 separate sections. And obviously I reserve the right to change how I'm using this from week to week, day to day, month to month, however, as my workouts change, which is what I love about this planner. It's totally customizable. Then over here, I'm going to track my sleep log like I do on the monthly view, which is right here. So that's going to go on this side. The monthly view I'm going to use the same way I'm using the monthly view right now. And I actually like this better because I can see it all month long, no matter what week I'm at. Tracking the exercises I am doing, or the type of exercise rather, and the, like, you know, legs, chest, back, shoulders, that type of thing. And then how long I worked out and how many calories I burned. That's going to go on the monthly view. And then I don't need that. So that's what this is going to look like. And then on the back, there's already habit trackers, which is amazing. It's like this planner was meant for health and wellness. So I'm going to use each category for something different. So exercise, water, tracking no late snacks, am I posting to Instagram stories, am I reading and journaling? Perfect amount of trackers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then back here, since it's not visible to like at a glance, I can track my measurements, because that's not something I usually share. And then right over here where you can see, it'll be an opportunity for me to track gratitude or write things that I'm thankful for. And then this is a section for me to track Nora's like health, because she does have celiacs and has anxiety, and we're kind of working through some things and diagnoses. So this will be a place for me to be able to do that. That's how I plan to use this. I don't think I had anything. Did I have anything else in here? Maybe. Oh, because there's a lot of blank pages in the back. So here I'm going to do a bi-weekly weight tracker on these graph pages. And then on these graph pages, I'm going to do a student loan payoff tracker, because we are trying to actively pay down our private loans. And that's what I have so far. There's always room for me to do more back here if I want to. But I am so excited to try this out as a health and wellness planner. And then the Hobonichi Weeks, my Paddington one, is going to be my personal carry on the go. And I have some stickers I might use in here. I'm not sure. And I've already set up the first, like, December, because it starts in December if you wanted to use it for that, like, that early. But this is on the go. So I just used some stickers from JoJo Apple Prints and set up my monthly calendar just like my Hobonichi cousin. Same exact setup as far as, like, all the events and things. And then moving over to the weekly, this is how I plan to use it. So I'm going to just separate the sections on the left. So this is going to be like the events of the day. And then this section is going to be for just to-dos each day and things I want to remember. And then I'm going to track the weather here, which I think is fun. And then I just want to do a little decor up here, maybe a quote, and then just have a space for note-taking or brain dump or important things, or it could just be a place where I put stickers. Who knows? So I'm excited to use this for on the go. I don't think I had ideas for the back yet because there's a lot of note pages. I do want to set up probably a future log back here, but that's how I'm going to be using the weeks. So those are like my main planners, and then like extras. Oh no, that's a lie. My other main beauty here is my Archer and Olive. This is going to be my media journal. It's an A5, and this is just going to be where I keep all of track of all of my shows, movies, audiobooks, hard copy books, podcasts, all that type of thing is going to be kept in here. I am back to doing audiobooks. I haven't done a ton in September and October, so I figure what I'm going to do is do a full recap of Q4 at the end of December to give you guys an update on my media journal, which is this puppy right here. So then I will have my creative artsy journal. It's another Archer and Olive journal I've had for a while. I've done a lot of different things in here throughout the years, just kind of playing. These are some doodles I did using some different mixed media, kind of just an outlet for me to play, to test products, to yeah, just kind of tune out and do what makes me happy, which is to create, to play with crafts. So this is just a quick flip through of what I've done in here, and that way I have a designated space for it, and it can come with me into 2025, 2026, however long it takes. I can always get more of these, and I will occasionally be sharing that on my channel. Let me know if you're interested in that type of content too. Make sure you sound off below on what you guys want to see. Then this is my new 5-year journal from Levenger. Super excited to incorporate this one into my lineup. I probably won't share it at all on the channel because it'll probably be private things that I'm putting in here. Some ideas, you know, you could write 1 line a day. You could track things your child says that you want to remember. You could do news events. You could do media you're consuming. You could do your health and wellness. You could see over 5 years how you've progressed or what's going on with your health. There's lots of ways you can use this, but I plan to probably keep this private, but I just wanted to share with you that I am going to be using this 5-year journal. So that's a lot. That's everything. 5-year creative media. Get out of here. Health and wellness, personal carry, personal planner that stays home. It's like my Bible, my brain on paper, and then social media. It's a lot. It's a lot. And you don't have to have, you know, 8 journals or planners or whatever, but this is what's going to work for me for now. All right. So without further ado, I'm probably going to stop talking and maybe just put some music on or do a voiceover. I'm not sure what's going to happen yet while I kind of set these up and play with the planners and get them all ready. So I decided to do a voiceover slash music just so that I could narrate for you what's happening, even though I know you can see perfectly well, but I figured a little bit of explanation might give you some more context or be helpful for folks. So right now I'm just sorting through all my vinyls that I potentially would want to use on my planner covers. Clearly I already have some placed on the cousin, so I know that those are the ones I want to use. So I'm literally just going to go and permanently adhere them to the cover. The majority of these are from the Coffee Monsters Co. This Don't Burn the Day Away is a lyric from Dave Matthews, which this sticker was very generously sent to me with one other one from Allie Edwards herself, who created them to hand out at a Dave show. And I'm a pretty big Dave fan as well, so she was very, very sweet. And I asked her, I told her I needed them, and she very generously just decided to send them to me. So I have one on my water bottle and one now permanently on next year's planner. So that's exciting. And then that big vinyl is actually, it says Albany, which is the city that I live near, the capital of New York State. And that is a kind of our icon for the city. His name is Nipper. He is like this really big statue on top of a concrete building in downtown Albany, and it's very nostalgic and meaningful to me because when I was a little girl and my dad would have custody of us, we would go for walks down towards the one of the main streets in Albany, and we would see Nipper, and we were always so excited to see him. And so he's still there. They've actually like renovated him a bit, repainted him over the years, obviously, because that's like 40 years ago now. But I absolutely loved it, and I found that sticker in a cute little store on our first Planner Bestie meetup when I went with Linda of Linda Loves Creating and Jen Boomis. So the three of us were out shopping, and we saw all these cute little Albany Nipper themed like stationery items and little gifts, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to get that for my Hobonichi cousin. And now what I'm going to do is set up these future log pages. So events that I know that are coming for 2025, most of them are like vacation or school related, like days off for school, that type of thing, or future appointments. And you can see that I will be using my customized hand-lettered stickers that say my name from According to Allie, and she does these once a year, and they are very high demand. So if you're interested, you have to be following her. And if I were you, I would have notifications set over on Instagram because she does them in the month of December. And the way it works is she's changing up the way she used to do it. So actually, I'm not sure. But if that's something you're interested in, I would definitely be following her over on Instagram and like subscribe to her broadcast channel so that you don't miss out when she, updates us on what she's going to do. I'm going to need to get some more because clearly I'm using a ton of them in this 2025 planner lineup. I don't usually have this many planners, so I don't usually need to use my name stickers, but these are a collection of them over the last couple of years, which is why I have so many. But I went through quite a few setting up these planners, which is fine. I just need to restock. So you're going to just see me filling all of this in. I'm using a gray mild liner to highlight days that are off, like we don't have to be at school. And then I am using my Muji gel pen in a 0.38 to write in all of the events. So if it's like Christmas or Easter or spring break or early release day, those type of things, and then doctor's appointments. So now I'm setting up my Hobonichi weeks. Remember, this is going to be my personal carry on the go planner. I never used to use one, but because I am out of the house more days than I am home, I felt like it was definitely needed. I've missed 2 doctor's appointments this year, which don't think I've ever done, so it's definitely a need. I completely forgot that I had this clear cover, and I realized I could not lift up this sticky pocket that has a little insert that says, "Please look after this bear, thank you." So it had to stay there, and if I ever remove the plastic cover, there's still a pocket there. So it is what it is. And I was able to move the Coffee Monsters Co. miniature sticky pocket to the other side. And now I'm just going to use these vinyls, again, Coffee Monster Co. And like I said, you're not going to see me use any of the tabs to set up the planners because I'm waiting on my order, which is coming in very soon from Coffee Monsters. I also decided to use the Upstate vinyl, which was another sticker that actually Linda also got the same one. Linda Loves Creating, when we were out having our Planner Bestie meetup. And we are, at the time of this voiceover, about to meet up actually tomorrow for our second planner bestie meetup, so I am so excited about that. And then that We Are Vineyard vinyl is the name of the church organization that I attend. The Vineyard is a global organization, but each vineyard kind of is its own flavor, has its own vibe, depending on, you know, how it's run by the pastor and leadership. So I'm very fortunate to love the church that I attend and used to be in leadership and used to work at our church until I left to be a permanent substitute. But I wanted to include that sticker in my planner. One of my best friends gave it to me for my birthday. And so I wanted to make sure that that made its way into my little weeks here. Oh, and then I forgot about these sticky tabs, so I decided to fiddle around with them and find a little home for them in these pockets back in my Hobonichi cousin. So you can see I'm setting up the vinyls for my health and wellness planner. And the reason I removed all of the original vinyls I had chosen previously was because they were more catered towards my on-the-go vibes, if that makes sense. Now I want to switch it out for vinyls that make more sense to me for self-care and health and wellness. So I love these big stickers from Coffee Monsters Co. And then that other one that says Fueled by Coffee and Anxiety. That is hilarious. And it's from Studio Calico. So I had to include that as well. Now I'm setting up the future log yet again, but for health and wellness. And what I'm doing is what I talked about in the beginning, in the intro of this video, where I'm using my Zig Clean color dot markers to code my symptoms that I want to track at a glance for the entire year. And I think that'll be very interesting to see. So hopefully I can remember to actually keep up with it. Take bets now. Will she or won't she? So I have gray for headaches, red for migraines, yellow for psoriasis flare-ups, green for celiac flare-ups, because they made sense to me, like the colors in my head. I was like, what colors do I want to use? Like red is like a no, ouch, stop, do not pass, go. So it's like, that's perfect for a migraine day. And then yellow made sense for psoriasis because, you know, like it's more like a skin tone. And then green, well, at least my skin tone. And then green for celiacs because, like, you know, if Nora has a celiac flare-up, it's stomach related, right? So that's why I chose the color green. Like usually you think about queasiness or something like that. So now I'm just going to use these little label stickers, which is totally unnecessary, but something I wanted to do to cover up the original little words there. I think one of them said goals and one of them said important maybe, but I want it to look consistent and I want them to be labeled for my own needs each month. So these are from Mojo Jojo Plans. Excuse me, Mojo Jojo Plans, and these are mini black boxes, and I don't have any idea if they're still available. She's constantly releasing and re-releasing her stickers, so definitely give her a follow. She does just always the best, like number, like dates and month of the year and box stickers. So I've had these in my stash for quite a while, but I'm going to use these to cover up all of those spots. And instead, I'm not sure what the top section is going to be for, so I leave it blank, but I know that I want to use the bottom section to track my upcoming appointments, whether it's for my primary doctor, dermatologist, Nora's therapist, that type of thing. So back to my Hobonichi weeks. I forgot I wanted to add a couple of these Paddington sticky tabs into the weeks to be able to use them. And so I just trimmed them off of the original backing and tucked them into the pocket so that they're good to go and I can use them when I need to. And then in the back now, I'm just gonna create two sections. One is going to be for my biweekly weight tracker, and then the other one is going to be for my student loan payoff. But I am not going to fill out the student loan payoff one because that's private information, so I'll do that after this video. I'm just using my mild liner to letter in biweekly weight tracker, and then I'm going to use some stickers from my stash very, very long ago that I've had from Michael's to add little monthly boxes. So you can see I just used the little labels and wrote in the months, and I'll be tracking my weight on the 1st and the 15th of each month just to keep it simple and consistent. Then I'm going to use these extra tabs I've ordered, I think last year from the Coffee Monsters Co., like way earlier in the year. And I just wrote weight tracker, and then I will create one more that says student loan tracker. Then I decide I want to have some sticky notes in here, so I take the remainder of the Paddington tabs and I'm going to use my Tombow dual-sided tape to permanently adhere it to the back of this planner. So they will always be in there if I ever need them. So here's a quick flip through of what I did in my health and wellness planner. And now we'll move on to the next one. So this is my media journal. I clearly ripped my clear stickers several times and it looks totally jacked up, but it's fine. I'm going to use this regardless, and that's the beauty of using clear stickers. You can't really tell if you rip them. So I'm going to put this vinyl in the front cover, which says, "I like to read banned books and gain forbidden knowledge." I got that from BFF Sticker Camp. It's by @Natterdoodles. And then I'm trying to figure out what else to put in my media journal. I know I need to include the little I love books vinyl and then this cats and coffee and books sticker. So I'm just going to play around and audition different vinyls and see how I like it and set it up. I actually don't do any of the like this year I have a key in the front, like different colors that stand for different types of media, but I think I might change up how I'm doing it a little bit next year. So I decide to leave that blank, although I end up, see there you can see the colors and the stamps that go with each type of media consumed. But I made some notes on how I think I want to do it this year, this coming year. So I'm going to leave that blank. However, I do decide I definitely want to use this vinyl, and there's sort of this intro page, this first page of dot grid paper, and I decided to play a little bit. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I am glad I did it. It was super fun. I am going to use this washi and then later on remove it and switch it out for a different washi. This is from Laurel Denise. I love the color. It just wasn't I don't know, it didn't really go with the whole vibe after I did my stamping. So I wasn't planning on doing any of this, like I said, so it's all on a whim, and just I was in the zone. I wanted to create. So I end up using some stamps from my stash. I think these are Heidi Swap stamps, and I'm gonna just stamp out media journal and then the year, and I'm using inks from Ranger, and these are Tim Holtz Distress Archival inks. So I'm going to use those and make sure that the colors coordinate, and then switch out the washi for this like ledger looking pattern. So now that the title page is set up, I do add the first couple of tabs. I will add those as each month is finished or completed, because I have no idea how many pages I'm going to need from month to month, and I don't want to add those tabs ahead of time. So I just put January and then one that says notes, which is where the key will be for each month. So these tabs, I think I completely forgot that I had them. I've had them in my stash for probably 3 or 4 years. They are from a shop that is no longer in existence, so I apologize that I can't link those for you. But now I'm going to set up the portrait planner just a little tiny bit, nothing too crazy, because obviously I'm not going to really plan in it until the end of December, but I did want to at least have my name be in there and put a couple of stickers. So what I'm working with here is a sticker. People are the best kind of people is a vinyl from the BFF Sticker Club. Of course, my Coffee Monsters Co. vinyls, one that says Creativity Juice, which is perfect for a content creation planner. The I Love Pens, and then the Jojo Apple, which I love this vinyl from Jojo Apple Prints, and then Marvin the Martian, who's one of my all-time favorite Looney Tunes characters, which I know is aging me, but that's fine. I loved him as a kid, and when I found this vinyl sticker in the store, I forget where I was, but I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get this. And then I decide for good measure just to bring in a tiny bit of washi from the Coffee Monsters Co. that is stationery related. So working on just adding my name and the years in my 5-year journal, I'm using a zebra brush pen to letter in 2025 to 2030. That's literally all I'm doing for this. I'm not even going to add any vinyls. And then just for good measure, because I never added my name to the front of my creative journal, I feel like it looked naked, so it needed a Jen name sticker in there as well. And that's going to wrap up my setup for all of these planners and journals going into next year, which I'm so excited. Yeah, so that's going to do it for 2025's planner and journal setup. I'm so excited to jump into these journals. Please like this video if you did, subscribe if you're not, and hit that bell so you don't miss my content. And don't forget to let me know what you'd like to see next year. Thank you guys for being here. Take care, and remember that you are enough. Bye, friends.